Conor McGregor talks about his experience with the psychedelic drug Ibogaine. He says it was incredible, intense, and absolutely eye opening. I was shown what would have been my death, how soon it was to be, and how it would have impacted my children. I was looking down on myself as it happened, and then I was looking out from the coffin. God then came to me in the Holy Trinity. I think this is a beautiful thing. In the United States, Ibogaine is a Schedule 1 drug, not allowed to use it for medical use, very much looked down upon. Whereas in other parts of the world, Tijuana, Mexico, where Conor went to, it's encouraged. They know the benefits of these psychedelic drugs. And the fact of the matter is, they do help you face trauma. They have these experiences that give people perspective in ways that could have never been achieved without said psychedelic drug. Now, I believe, and this is, you don't got to be Albert Einstein to come up with this one, but they don't want us free thinking. They don't want us dealing with our traumas. They don't want us overcoming these things. They don't want mind expanding drugs to be used as medicine, because truthfully it is medicine, but how would they keep us distracted? How would they keep us down and looking at the phones? And how would they keep us, oh, the Giants lost, you know what I mean? Or let's go, the Giants won, you know what I mean? Like, how would they keep us distracted from the reality of things? This is the bread and circuses. They can't allow for psychedelics. So I say all of that to say, I think it's very beautiful what McGregor did. I'm glad he did it. And I really have nothing negative to say about it at all. I do hope that for Conor McGregor, it's not UFC championship or bust. I actually hope in this process he kind of realized, hey, dude, I'm the first double champ, like simultaneous double champ. First one to ever do that. I started all this, even though, in my personal opinion, what he started is kind of like the big money fight era, just trying to get numbers, just trying to sell tickets, make money era, versus the era of Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, Mighty Mouse, Jose Aldo, John Jones, these fighters that would go out there, defend their title against the top contender in their weight class. You just don't see it anymore. It's all about money now. But, he changed the sport. He changed the sport for better or worse. The fighters are definitely making more money after Conor McGregor. That's a fact. So, for better or worse, Conor McGregor's legacy is cemented in the game. It cannot be undone. Khabib Nurmagomedov said it himself, funnily enough. He said when did they fight? October 29th, I believe. Or was it October 8th? It was October 29th. I'm going to fact check it in a second, but damn, I was wrong. October 6th. October 6th, everything going to change. That's what Khabib said, but everything didn't really change. Conor's impact is still felt, even though he lost the biggest fights of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, after the fact. I mean, in my personal opinion with Conor McGregor, and I've said it before, check out my past videos on the topic. Conor McGregor, in my opinion, was the best lightweight in the world back at UFC 205, back in 2015, 2016. He's right there with Khabib. Khabib Nurmagomedov fought a version of Conor that was off 2 years from the sport, and he went and focused on a Floyd fight, and he lost that Floyd fight. So then that post-loss depression kicks in, which, in my personal opinion, as someone that followed McGregor's career very closely, I was watching MMA for years before he even came into the UFC. Watched his career very closely. He wasn't the same after losing to Floyd, after how he lost to Floyd, getting stopped in a standing TKO. It just, I believe he got bitter from it. That's where the venom came. That's why at UFC 229 he behaved in such a dark way. That was the darkest Conor McGregor press conference ever. None of them were like that. Not even the Floyd. Even the Floyd fight, there was trash talk, animosity there, but it wasn't that dark. Conor didn't turn into that venom until he tasted that bitter loss by Floyd Mayweather. Then the rematch doesn't happen. Conor comes straight back in, straight into the deep end of the pool, fights Khabib Nurmagomedov, loses, double time depression. You know what I mean? Double post-defeat depression. Loses to Khabib again, more inactivity, more, you know what I mean? Like, had Conor, in my personal opinion, he wouldn't have made nearly as much money, but had he, right after Eddie Alvarez, cycled back, defended the lightweight title against, let's say, Nate Diaz to finish off the trilogy, and then maybe you give him Tony Ferguson or even Dustin Poirier or, you know, not anybody but Khabib. But let's say you give him Khabib after the Nate fight, right? Let's just say. That's a Conor McGregor that's on a roll. That's a Conor McGregor that's got momentum. That's a Conor McGregor that's focused and driven, and he knows what he wants to be. Not a guy who strayed off the path for money, because that's what Conor did. Conor wanted to be on some Bruce Lee shit, but he got caught up with the money and he lost his discipline and his way, and that's just what happened, man. It's just straight up what happened. So overall, I truly hope he doesn't think UFC championship or bust. I hope he's over it. I hope he's like, hey man, I'm over it. If I never fight in the UFC, if I don't fight on the White House card, who cares? Let me go do something else. You know what I mean? Maybe open a gym, maybe start, you know what I mean? Do the Irish version of what Khabib is doing over in Dagestan with his gyms and stuff. Like, do something else. Focus on family matters, you know what I mean? Focus on God if you want to go to be a churchgoer, you know what I mean? Focus on something else, but MMA, I just don't see it. I certainly wish the best for Conor McGregor, and I don't think I was very negative at all in this video. It's a beautiful thing what he went through here, what he was able to take, and hopefully the United States changes their views on it and has a more open idea to mind expansion. You know what I mean? Not everybody's got to think in such a small box, you know? Think outside the box, as they say, as I say. So that's pretty much all I've got. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Whether you agree or disagree, it does not matter. Just join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.